underestimated poker stream. We have 5 tables up currently. It is 5:30-ish in the morning, and the grind has begun. Um, Having a bit of a sneeze attack right now, so bear with me. Stream should be up and running on Twitch and YouTube shortly, so feel free to check out both of them. We're going to be adding a Discord channel, so community can kind of chit chat and build a little bit. And yeah, so channel's going pretty good. We're up to whatever we're at here now, 1700-ish, give or take. Had a bit of a downswing. I think it was Sunday we weren't playing, but we lost like 6 buy-ins at L50. We were up to 2K. So we did dip a little bit there. But overall, running the last like very short sample, but last like week and a half or 2 weeks at around like 30 BBs per 100 or something crazy. Pre-rake and rake back. Okay, full D87 off. So yeah, things have been going pretty good so far on it. For those of you guys new to the channel or just checking it out, kind of the whole point of starting this originally was to kind of um, just sort of prove to people that it's still possible to learn, get better, and build a bankroll. Um, Even at this kind of stage in poker's life, there's a lot of like chatter going around that like online poker's dead, and solvers are killing everything, and yada yada yada. But I personally don't think that's true. I think it's actually just like way easier to learn how to play poker now. So yeah, people are better, but like the average skill level of people um, is better. Your like progression is better. Like, or everybody was just kind of figuring it out and talking to the old boys and what they thought, this and that. But nowadays, you can just literally get the solver and run your hands and figure out where you're making mistakes and where to study and what hands you should be playing and what hands you shouldn't be playing and how to react to certain situations and yada yada yada, right? So it's a very different game. So it's true that yes, people are way better than they used to be, but you could also be like way better than you used to be, right? So like on a scale of 1 to 10, if the average player used to be a 1, 15 years ago, nowadays an average player or recreational bit might be like 5 with all the information and stuff out there and streamers and podcasters and all that kind of stuff that do poker. Uh, if an average rec is say a 4, then you can probably on a skill level become like a 7 or a 6.5 or whatever, um, significantly quickly, um, which will just allow you to kind of move up and crush all those people anyways. So I would imagine it's significantly tougher at the high stakes, kind of more chess-like. Um, but people make mistakes all the time, right? Poker's never going to be solved. There's so many situations out there, so it's just the more you study, the better you can get, and you can kind of just move up. So, despite what people say, anyways, my point is that I think it's actually easier to learn poker these days, and it's definitely possible to move up and keep beating the games. It's a different sort of scene out there with high rake and everything else. So winning might look a little bit different at times, but definitely, um, definitely still possible. I've never seen this guy raise so much between these two tables in my life. I don't think calling at a position against him with sixes is profitable, though. His range is just going to be too strong. Um, so we'll get out of the way. And even when you hit a set, it's difficult to get paid off. So we've been doing some hand to note studying here lately. So uh, going to be trying a few different things just to see how they sort of um, lay out. It's one of the really cool things with hand to note, which we do have a link to below, by the way. If you become interested in trying it, you get 10% off. Um, but yeah, you can literally like track, you can feed all your hands into it. Um, and then you can go street by street by street on what like is profitable, between betting, checking, check raising, your bet sizing, and you can follow that line. and adjust. So if you go small on the flop, big on the turn, you can adjust and input all that information. Misclick here with Jack 10 suited. I'm getting a new mouse today. This one's like, I don't know, it's like off. Something's off with it because it keeps misclicking like just slightly. Slips to the left or right a little bit. I've noticed over the last few days. But anyways, yeah. Um, okay, this is interesting. They actually just both instantly check and give up to me. So we're gonna bet here, and good chance. Oh, this guy's only got 10 bigs. Huh. I think I'm just gonna bet small. Could also, excuse me, also argue checking here just to avoid him check shoving. Which, given the size of the pot, if he had like nines, tens, or like a set or two pair, you're gonna see a lot of check shoving. Obviously, when the hearts come in, we're just jamming value. Remember, we just unfortunately lose to a bigger flush draw, which is also fine. But value shove river 100%. Ay, ay, ay. I think we've lost every hand almost to this guy. What is going on here? Short stacks, eh? Get you every time. All right, we're gonna four bet here with the ace king offsuit. Oh, we just like doubles and leaves. Half pot leaves. Cool. Okay, we do hit, which is always nice to see. All right, so stream is up and rolling on Twitch, and it shouldn't go, and it is up and running on YouTube now, so that's good. Okay, everything is up and running this morning. Just to get it off the cash out. Yeah, we can run it twice. 10. Dodged it this time. Jack. 8. I'm surprised. The man, this guy runs so good against us. It's funny, actually. We'll just literally put it in. The amount of times he just sticks it in with any two cards. It's kind of, it's kind of fun. But he does just seem to get there a lot. Apologize for the sniffling here. My allergies, I think, are kicking back in or something. Ay, ay, ay. Whoa. Oh, it's only been 19 hands, but I was going to say, MacGyver, opening up. Yeah, and we'll just stab him. Uh, you also need to be aware about certain villains too, not necessarily him, potentially him, who knows, where they're just playing very, very straightforward kind of and hit and miss. Like, you just want to be like stabbing a ton against those villains. Here, obviously, we're just c-betting this board, but as dry as it could be. When we go that small, you expect like ace four, ace five, deuce X, 3X, fours, fives, sixes, sevens, eights, nines, tens, jacks, queens, call. Um, so you're pretty much going to be double barreling almost any turn card. That's a bluff scenario. Sometimes for value when you have the king. Also taking bet check bet lines are good. And we're just going to check down here with the 9. So it's been a little bit more difficult getting views on Twitch. For a while there, they were booming, but it's kind of slowed up lately. That's fine. Okay. 6. And we'll fold the 4-3 off. Okay. Limped pot. I'm not really interested in getting too crazy here. Okay, we make two pair. Now we're just going for value. Go with the overbet. Again, we want to keep that overbet strong, especially given the fact that a lot of the regulars do check the stream out. And we do like to use that turn overbet a lot. We're going to call here with the nines, but proceed pretty cautiously against his donk lead. Last time he donk led, he just had top pair. Um, so we know he'll do it with his like 9, 10, 10, 10 jack type hands. Queen 10, king 10. Obviously, ace 10, king, excuse me, ace 10, king 10 are significantly less likely. It'll be interesting to see what he has. It is tempting to bluff here with the nines, but on that ace, just to try to push tens out. It's also possible he just like donk led like king jack, king queen, and then hit the king, and now he's looking for showdown. Yeah, which is fine. You know, he got lucky, called it. I don't even know how that hand got so big. What even happened there? Oh, we raised, we three bet, and he called. Oh, we better make a note of how crazy that is. Cold called three bet and small blind or CTG open MP three bet with king three suited. Fold here, check the ace deuce. We're gonna defend the ace. I'm just gonna call here. Okay. Sits down 20 bigs, floss a boat. Cool. And leaves. Are you fucked? Okay. So Zeal cold calls. We are going to put in the four bet with ace queen off here against a UQ. He does have eights. That's fine. We expect him to have a pretty wide range. Eights is like obviously going to be significantly stronger. Okay, we do run it twice. We do get it alive on the first one. We do hit both our cards, unfortunately, though. Okay, chop it up. Okay. Okay, raise the ace 10 off. We do defend here. Value bet flop. Check call turn. Okay, should be good here. He'll never really have. um, I don't think betting there is super great by him with the ace. Probably just check. He's not going to fold out like ace king, ace queen. Mm. Excuse me. Um, Probably just get out of the way here. But yeah, it's not really necessary with the ace there to bet. Like you're not beating anything. Like you're not getting value really out of anything worse. Maybe randomly like an ace. Yeah. Your blockers one, two, three, four, five. I guess it does play for now, but their blockers relatively unlikely to play by river. Um, you're kind of just like I think if you bet there, you need a blast river to try to fold out other ace X hands. But like all the pairs are calling like this bet. 3x, 9x, pocket sevens, pocket eights, pocket fives, like everything's calling that turn bet. So, and we'll go for value here with the 10. Okay. And we're raising in two different spots here. If you guys are checking out the stream, feel free to chat. Feel free to hit that thumbs up. It does help promote the stream to YouTube and Twitch. Feel free to check out Twitch as well. All the support channel. It's not a great flop for us. We are going to be barreling here. Um, and I think we will bet here top left. Yeah, we're just kind of shutting down now. 5 6, 7 6, 7 8, you know, 8 9, Jack 10. There's still some hands we beat, but there's like very, very, very few hands that we actually beat here. Oh, excuse me. He does check again though. I think once he checks again, we have to bet for value. I don't think there's very many scenarios where he checks two pairs and a six here. Um, so we just want to bet small and try to get called by like 8x or 7x, like ace five, stuff like that. There'll be lots of ace five in the range because villains aren't like three betting or four betting them anywhere near enough. So, and we're gonna three bet the sixes. And it's check, 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 check against this guy. I'm just gonna value bet the seven on the river. Hope he calls like ace high. Nice. And we'll fold the nine deuce off over here. So yeah, everything's been going pretty good so far. We're up significantly from that 400 bucks we restarted with a couple weeks ago. And we're gonna ISO with ace eight, excuse me, 8 9 suited. And we're going to bet here with the sixes. So we three bet. We got cold called by Kenny Jita. Um, could have jacks some portion of the time here. Given his stack size, though, we expect he's just like a rando fish. I imagine he'll just like put it in with any ace of clubs. So we're definitely gonna bet here. Not gonna be really folding too often. 8 9 suited can't get it against Zhu Q with that. He has a lot of random hands, but they'll be like king fives and ace fives and queen fives and stuff like that. Excuse me. Mixed in there, so can't get it in with like 8 9 suited or anything crazy like that. And we're gonna overbet here on the turn once it goes check check. Mm. Really, we should have just ISO'd pre with the queen four suited over prime slime. So yeah, we have the YouTube stream up and running. We also have Twitch up and running. And now we're gonna value bet here when we get the overbet gets called. Okay, and we get lucky here, spike the ace ball, so we'll just go for value on the middle table. So we have kind of a mixture of tables up. We have some F10 to limit, 25 to no limit, and a table of NL50 as well. I don't think we can raise this. We just have to call. Yeah. One, although maybe I acted too quickly there. Maybe we should be shoving. Like you got to think his like king X suited and ace X suited would ISO preflop. Um, but again, like that's such a super strong line and massively under bluffed. Um, so it's tough to say. But again, this is sort of the point. Like if this guy sees us all the time, he probably checks the stream out every once in a while. I would imagine most villains do who play enough. Um, I'm sure he sees us talking about that overbet on the turn a ton. And that's the reason why we balance it out with like strong draws, so that when we do hit, um, or we just do it with strong hands in general. It's not something like we can be taken advantage of because we are relatively balanced in those scenarios. Right, let's just see if there's any other tables opening. Um, Not really. There is another 5 cent, 10 cent table up and running. So we'll just stick it in to fill the void in the stream right now, but yeah, we'll sit that. So we're gonna get on the wait list for the NL 100 table, just because it's a really, really good table right now. Looks like there's three pretty big whales on it. These types of boards, when we're betting, we just want to go small. So any like king X, any ace X is calling, like ace queen, king queen, like king three, king two, king four, king five. They all call, and I don't expect him. He does fold. I was gonna say I don't expect him to fold his draws very often there. The paired board, 3/4 pot. I think we'll float here, and then we'll just like block bet river. Try to get called by king X or ace X or something, but he's gonna check back pretty much all of his hands there, except for maybe boats. So we do want to value bet, I think, and try to get paid ourselves. Did I lose that last hand? No, we won. Or thought our stack was bigger. Okay, pulled the eight deuce. So yeah, stream's going pretty good. We're basically back, went from NL10 to NL50 relatively quickly, and hopefully we can push through NL50 and get back to NL100 even quicker. Um, and we'll just kind of keep coming on. Um, Again, just sort of trying to make it clear to people that you can definitely beat these stakes, push through them, grow your bankroll. I've had a few people reach out and said that seeing that in the channel that you can run up a stack from NL10 all the way up to NL200, which was like our first bankroll challenge. We ran from I think we put like $200, $300 onto GG Poker like 2.5 years ago, 3 years ago, maybe now. Jesus Christ, time flies. But anyways, and we basically ran that up to like 20 something thousand, and playing NL 500, beating all the stakes all the way through. Um, so the villains on the site have improved pretty significantly, but it's still a pretty soft overall. Okay, we're gonna bump the ace 10. Okay, Twitch stream. Make sure you guys check out the Twitch stream as well. Feel free to take a gander over there. King 7 suited. Guess we'll let that one go. Yeah, we'll just see that here. Okay. If Q keeps like three betting us to get it in, we're gonna have to tighten our range just to, decent hands that we're willing to just jam it in against him with. Um, so we'll kind of see how that all plays out. I'm gonna check here with the king. It's not very many bad turn cards for us. Could play easier to just see bet. Okay, we're gonna ISO the 5-4 suited. Okay, month by month, it's been blasting quite often. So we'll give him a chance to bet here, and we will be calling with the 6x. And then again, we're just going to overbet turn with trips once flop goes check, check. And we are going to defend the 5-4 suited here. Okay. Interesting spot to double barrel. Hmm. This calls pre, so it's less likely he would double barrel with an ace, but when the four rolls off, he now actually has like ace king, basically. Two's a terrible card for us. Hmm. I kind of believe him. I think he's gonna take this one as well. Right. Fold king 7. Guess we let that one go. All right, we're just gonna leave this bottom right table. It's just an NL10 table, and we can fill it in with the NL100 table. Hopefully things go well at NL100. Last time we had the NL100 table up, um, we were pretty card dead. Nothing really happened on it. Okay, I think I'm getting sick. Isn't that lovely? And the Jack 9 off will raise here. Okay, we're definitely check call the ace 10 here against Juku. I've never seen this guy so aggressive before. Must have changed up his style. Guess we'll check the side here on the river. Hmm. Checks back turn. Blasts on the jack. Okay, we'll let that go for now. Ace queen, we're gonna bump up. He does fold. Not a great flop for us here with the ace four. We're just luck to get the showdown. Pretty much giving up to any bet. Okay, pretty good and clear cut C bet here, and we will be double barreling as well. And we're just gonna get out of the way here on that board. Okay. So it is 6 a.m. here. Brian's up and running. Okay. Value bet top left. Open raise bottom right. Defend the king three suited. Flop. Check to him. Okay, the king rolls off here in the top left. I think we're going to take a bet flop, check turn, bet river line. Keep all of his worst ace X's in. Do you give some free equity for like spades and stuff? Our kicker no longer plays, which isn't great for us. Okay. Add river card. Again, we're probably just gonna be check folding to villain. Nice. Just on that run out, it's tough to call if he goes big. He also doesn't really go big with a jack, so maybe it is an easier call than my gut said. Probably chopping here. No, he did spike the jack. Nice. You do want to be betting these spots though, um, against like villains or Rex who might be willing to call you a bit more. Okay, we're gonna three bet the ace queen. It's a bit scary against MacGyver, to be honest. Ugh, take it down. Just big mistake all the way around. Like that should be a three bet pre. Um, we are playing a little bit more cautiously at the NL100 table, a little bit lower variance. So we'll be mixing in more calls out of the small blind and stuff. It's definitely not the optimum way to play, but it is a lower variance way to play. So when you kind of only have one table at a stake that you're not necessarily currently bankrolled for, and we're trying to like just use our bankroll and build that up, then we do have to play a little bit more cautiously. Just in that one specific table, just because we're not rolled for it. And if you get hit and you lose, that two buy-ins, three buy-ins, it does really hurt your, um, come on, man, your chances, or you know what I mean, whatever you want to call that. But it doesn't feel great. So you get squeezed instantly by Sid, Mr. Nitty Kid, with 0% three bet in the last 70 hands. So fortunately, we're caught, so we got to just get out of the way. Um, okay. Pretty much as best of a spot as you could ask for, just dodging two outs. We will call with the five here against villain. Bump the ace jack off. And check here. And we do hold with the kings. Okay, we get a walk with the king 10. Okay, bumping the ace 3 suited. So yeah, villain calls king 6 there, which is crazy. All right, let's get ourselves a limped pot here. We do flop the jack. Okay, we get two callers. Honestly, I think these guys are just gonna let me like min bet all the way to the end. I'm gonna call here. It's not very many just like ace X's he's gonna have. He'll have some like ace deuce or something like that, but We're gonna call the ace high here for one bet, and we're gonna check here on the ace, and we'll just show down ace high pretty happily. Definitely could have gone for a small value bet there, I think. And check call up here in the top left. And we just have to lead out here, top left. Villains are checking back like 100% of the time. You could also argue just like shoving here, because it looks bluffier than this. This looks more value-y. Um, okay, we are going to call with the queen of hearts. Um, okay, we do make the nizzles here. I think we'll just jump to half pot, try to keep him in with maybe like the queen of hearts or a pair of tens or, like king x, 10x with a heart. Okay. Jam it. I thought he was going to jam there. And now we'll go a little bit bigger here. I think if we shove, he just folds. So we're just going to go like 3/4 pot here. I'm not sure how stationy this villain is. Um, so I think we'll just bet for value here. Could also argue going maybe even a little bit smaller. We'll just defend the king jack. Oh, nice. Sorry, bro. He must have hearts too. Yeah. Second nuts. What do you do? I'm glad he shoved it. It's nice to see somebody actually stick it in with that. So, which he should be doing for sure. We have all kinds of like, 7, 8 of hearts and stuff, like similar stuff to that. But yeah, unfortunate run out for him. And we're just value that river here in the top left. Okay, let's just check this here. Flop goes check, check, turn goes check, check, and then he re-raises this on the river. I have no idea what hand he has here that would be value. Like pocket eights. You think he'd be bet. Like he's in position, so at some point he would have had to bet the six, the sevens, the eights. 9-10 gets there on the turn. It value bets. I don't know. I'm calling here because his line seems crazy to me. Um, but that's, yeah, every once in a while you'll run into it there. And it is tempting to fold again because villains are not really bluffing too much. But there are spots like that where it makes so little sense for them to have a value hand that you kind of just need to bet. It's like he waited till he's could potentially be beat. It's just you have to bet the turn there with 4-5. Anything but betting the turn is crazy. Um, so even though he got paid off there, because of it, like not betting the turn there is like, man, I just want to jam into him. He just keeps doing this. Just keep her cool though. But anything but betting turn there is brutal. Not to call him out or anything, but just try to make it clear to people. That if you're not betting the turn, like 4-5 there, you need to bet the turn because like any five, any nine are all calling, any eights calling. And like a lot of times you'll get overcards calling as well. Um, or like gutters if you go small, like that kind of thing. Um, we definitely missed our C bet here. Now that the king rolls off, I doubt he folds often enough. Uh, but yeah, we should have bet turn double barrel, bet double barrel. But anyway, just yeah, like future reference, those spots when you're at a position, it's one thing to check, but when you're in position, you cannot ever check on that in that spot. Way too many hands are calling you. You're missing out on so much value. It just happened to work out that we bigged a jack on the river, so he got paid. But we could have easily just folded river there, which we potentially should have. But it was too big of a mistake to check like a straight on the turn that I didn't really think he'd have one. Same with like your boats and stuff. There's just too much out there you have to bet for value. When you're in position, you can't really be checking back and slow playing. Uh, Out of position, you can check sometimes to let them bet and go for like check raises. But in position, you can call their bets more. But when they check to you, need to be you need to be value betting there. Okay, we're just dodging what, a jack of six or a seven? Not happening today. Okay, and we'll bump the 10-9 off. Nice answer. Hold the jack six off. And we're gonna go small C bet, check turn, bet river against MacGyver. Um, he, bye. There's just no. I mean, I know MacGyver watches the stream, so it's possible he knows that I think he's maybe a little bit too tight, but uh, I think we still just stick to what I'd consider our reads. Uh, ah, we're getting a little gun shy against GQ here. We're gonna have to start attacking him. He's been beating us up a little bit too much, and he's doing it with obviously like a vast range of hands. Um, Not really a donk lead spot. We'll just let it go though. We don't really have much of anything there. Okay, we'll bump the 5-4 suited here, heads up. And we'll bump the king 10. Queen 10 suited will bump. Okay, and we're just gonna overbet turn. It's just a line that's super profitable because villains don't protect like at it gets less and less um, great as you move up in stakes and you just start playing against villains who are just naturally a little bit better or more aggressive. Excuse me. Um, but up to like NL 100 so far, it's worked really well. Um, where villains just simply don't attack enough when you check to them. So on flops, like if you raise pre, like say mid position and they just call on the button, now you're at a position and you check to them or small blind versus big blind, that kind of stuff. They don't attack enough. So when they do check back, it's usually like small pocket pairs, bottom pair, and what was I getting at here? Anyways, the range is like super weak because they don't defend their checking range. So like the overbet just works out great and it makes your life easy because now you don't have to like try to c bet and let them call and then decide what to do on the turn. We're just gonna have to check here. Um, yeah, I don't know. Do we call king high here? Nice. Felt like we should be calling there. Glad we did it. Beautiful. Okay, MacGyver bets turn. Don't have much. We do have queen high, so let that one go. Generally against villains who are relatively tight, like 5 max, 6 max, you just want to be playing a ton of hands against them. Because they're going to like heads up. If they do stick around, they're going to be forced into situations that they're very much not used to, which is like wide ranges. Um, so you should have a pretty solid advantage on them and be able to kind of push that. Um, just because, generally speaking, they just play a nice, tight, clean strategy like 5 max, 6 max. Uh, so when you can sort of put them to the test a little bit, it'll put them in the, you know, pretty awkward scenarios. I am just gonna give up though here after like going bet raise 3-bet. He does snap check on the ace. I'm just not. He might have a flush draw here, which has a lot of aces in it. So we are giving up. Yeah, he had the queen jack. Okay, his hand's a little too strong for us to have been able to push him off there. Okay, yeah, we'll just let it go. He's a bit stationy. That's why we went a little bit bigger. But generally speaking, you can just go small here. But with the draw, I wanted to kind of press him. Okay, we're gonna defend here with the king 10 suited. And we're gonna donk lead this. The reason we're donk leading this is to try to get Ace McCoy to get out of the hand. So that if GQ shoves, we can just kind of play a flop that we likely have the best hand in. Oh man. Oh well. I don't think we can fold here, getting 3-1, obviously, with the nut flush draw and a pair. So we call. I think, what are we thinking here? Right. Question becomes, do we want to jam or bet ourselves here? I mean, like if we donk lead here, it might keep Chip Devil out of the hand. Um, I think I'm gonna lead here. I think it plays easier because if we lead small, he shoves, then Chip Devil calls. Um, we are. I don't think we can fold here, right? We're getting almost 3-1. Some portion of the time he has like Jack Queen spades probably. Um, we probably have not. We might as well not delay it any longer. Yeah, 31%. Yeah, we're pretty much getting exact odds to call there, give or take. So we need a 10, king, or a spade. Okay, run it once. Let's get there. Not a spade, not a king, not a 10. GG's. Yeah, exactly. I guess we fold here. Okay, we do make the nizzles in the bottom right at the N100 table. And we just go for value. And we're going to value bet the king here against MacGyver. That sucks. Um, we have to call here, but whatever. Fucking this guy. I hate this fucking guy. Sorry. Excuse my language. Okay, fold the ace queen, fold the 7 deuce, fold the jack 3 off. Okay, raise the ace 4 suits. A little bit tilting there to lose Rick, Rick the 13 outer, and then lose with the nut flush draw there. I'm not sure what's going on here against this Tokester guy. Min bet, like min 3-bet, min bet, min bet. I'm just not going to fold ace high. So if he is melting me for 3 big blinds more, that's fine. Fold the ace 4. How did that hand exactly play out? He just raises, he calls the eights like a nit, and then check, 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 check. Well, he could have definitely got my stack. If we bet flop, we called. Barrel's turn, we call. We donk lead river, and then he shoves or something like that. Can I hit some hands there? Okay, call queen 10 suited. Okay. I think we called there. Okay, we'll just check now. But anyways, yeah, there's, I don't know. Obviously, you were not folding there. He can definitely raise smaller flush draws. I think, given that he usually plays higher stakes, he did just hit a bad beat jackpot. Like, he's got cash to play with. But point being is, like, we do know him enough that he would raise, like a, king or queen high flush draw there. I think some portion of the time, anyways. It is close to a fold though. Like our initial kind of gut instinct was to just snap fold to that raise. Um, just given how the hand played out with him calling pre-flop, it's like a lot of small pocket pairs in those scenarios. But we are still up. So this, the N100 tables kind of counteracted the unfortunate, he just leaves to the unfortunate Rick here. Which is definitely a spot to review. Let me just see where that was. So we don't like getting ourselves into that scenario. But yeah, I think with our specific hand in all reality, probably should have just shoved flop. Yeah, call, 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 call. Thing is, when you shove flop, you know you're only getting called by like sets or like ace 10 or ace king or something. I wonder if he would have folded the ace though. Like it goes bet bet and then we just jam it. And he's got another guy behind him. There's actually, I feel like jamming flop given action's probably best. It's close either way. I'm not really sure. The NL100 tables kind of died off here. It's like reg, nitty reg, super nit, big nit, and then the fish that's not really a fish is on my left, so we're just gonna dip. Um, okay, we're just gonna keep blasting into this guy for value, and we'll stab river here with the jack since we can't actually win now, unless he just has like 5-7 or something crazy. But yeah, I don't know, weird spot. Shit. Come on, come on. I don't know why, like when I try to screenshot it lately, it's just like legs out like crazy. Okay, this one's going into the hand review spot. Do, 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 do. Okay, fold 5-3, 9-8 suited. We're gonna bump and fold 10-8 off. 10-3 suited. Okay, prime slime calls. I'm assuming he just folded river there. He did. Three betting the aces. Check the ace queen suited. So we have three NL25s, one NL50. I should check and see if there's any more NL50 up and running, but I don't think there is. Okay, he calls, and we're just blasting into this guy. Like, we do lose to tens and eights. Chip double checks back on flop. Ace king probably bets. Definitely defending here. Hmm. Checks back again. Yeah. Okay. Ace king should bet flop. They do have it is close, I guess, ish. Betting the ace king just because it kind of acts like a pocket pair with its like showdown value. But yeah, I think betting flop's just going to be best because any 10, any jack, just blast turn. And did he have, if he had a heart there, then it's really bad to check back. He didn't have a heart, but still, any 10, any jack, any ace, any king become value bets. Jacks, any face card becomes bluffs. Queen becomes a bluff. It's less likely villain has it as well. Okay, fold the jack deuce. Okay. Okay, we're back. Raise the king 10. Sorry, just kind of fiddling around there for a second. And we'll bump the king 10 suited here, fold here. Pretty sure we're just like even, maybe down this morning. Just because of that. We got stacked at NL 25 and then we lost another 50 at NL 100. We were up there though, so it's hard to say, but yeah, we'll bring it up for the team. Fold the king 10, fold the ace 9, bump the pocket nines. Oh, we are up 40. We were up 100 and something, but yeah, EV wise, we're up 80. That's just from that hand here, um, where the money went. Where was it? I guess it, yeah, I don't know. We only need to win at 33% of the time. We had 30%, 1% equity, so very close there. Overall, still up almost a buy-in at an all 50, so uh, won't complain too much. Prime Slime calls again. We're just like bricking. Haven't been getting anything really for value against him, unfortunately. I'll check here. Ivy Witness does call here. Uh, we're gonna value bet again. Oof. King Jack beats us now. Spades got there. Uh, he does have a lot of like Jack X though. Nice. We're just gonna take a quick break. We'll be back in like 2 minutes.